Hello there, this is Renee Feeler, and I haven't done a podcast in a while. I apologize for that. Let's do one right now, shall we? Okay, so who am I? For those of you that don't know who I am a professional intuitive, which I know raises some alarm bells for some people, but you're going to miss out if you discount me because of that, because you're skeptical. I appreciate your skepticism, okay? So I have insights and philosophies about this world that I did not read in a book. I did not hear from any others. They come from within me to the surface of my probably overthinking brain about how things work, why they work, and how we can work better as humans in our own personal lives. So with that kind of somehow access and ability, I can't help but share with individuals. So I haven't done podcasts as regularly as I used to because I've been more focused on my premium subscribers and those that have already said yes to my work. But I do enjoy offering content that anyone that is kind of wandering through YouTube or wandering around podcast land can kind of take a amuse-bouche and see if they like it. Okay, so let's do a little connection experience here. I encourage you to close your eyes and focus on your breathing for a moment here. And let's give you some room to experience more of yourself. I'd like you to imagine that there are thoughts and ideas or even a sense of a person, and they're kind of squishing you while your eyes are closed. And I just like you to imagine that you're taking your hands and just kind of, it's almost like clearing them away, giving yourself more space for you to experience you. Nice deep breath. Good job. Okay, more. Push them away, right? Give yourself more room. If there is somebody that you're concerned about, maybe it's a loved one or an adult child or a young child, etc., you're not physically pushing them out of your life. You're giving yourself more space to consider that situation with more clarity and more awareness than you have when they feel like they're right on top of you. Okay, good job. Nice deep breath as you give yourself even more room. And imagine you're making yourself more room in front of you, to the sides, to the back of you. Just pushing away any of the other people's just stuff and your stuff related to their stuff. Great job. Okay, I felt a big sigh, and you may have felt a really big sigh right there. That's a good sign. Okay, great. Okay, so with that little connection experience, what do we want to do next? I don't have notes. I don't have a plan. I'm just going to intuit something that maybe we could use today, a little helpful tidbit for us in our lives here on Earth. Okay. Wow, that's a big idea. Okay. One of my favorite ideas to share with people, especially whether they are new to my work or have hung out with me alongside me for years, is that no one had to incarnate. Okay? So no one that's alive right now had to create a human for their soul to evolve or to grow, etc. There's no lessons you had to learn that you're here to learn, etc. Okay, now some of you are already resistant to this idea and maybe feeling defensive. And just maybe be aware of that you're hanging on to this idea that no, humans have to be here. We had to incarnate. That's your choice to believe that that's true, but I'm just offering you an alternative belief system that is contradictory to that, okay? My latest kind of theory is that one of the reasons that humanity and this realm, this world, is having so many problems is because there are so many beings that have incarnated unnecessarily, and they don't know why they're here. They're trying to find out why they're here. They're, just trying to, overthink problems in their lives, take everything personally, and it's creating a lot of problems, okay? So my answer to that is to help people be more aware that actually you never had to incarnate. And that way you can rethink who and what you are in this life while you're alive. And you can create a completely different process when you die. So in the afterlife, when you are offered or pressured to reincarnate again, you can have the awareness of, actually, I don't think I'm going to reincarnate. Thanks very much. And they'll say, energies in the afterlife may say, actually, no, we need to do your life review and figure out what level you achieved or whatever nonsense they're going to sell you, just like sell you in this reality about that truth system. I roll from me. It's good that you know you never had to incarnate and you never have to reincarnate. Now, can you reincarnate? Of course you can reincarnate. But you wouldn't want to do that from the afterlife. You'd want to do that from a level of your soul that is whole and complete, has always felt whole and complete, and is curious about what it would be like to create a self to be in this world. That's how I know myself as Jill. That's how I choose to know myself as Jill. That my soul is not trying to figure things out. That my soul has curious questions, just like I have curious questions. Just like Source Creator, the creator of origin, has questions. It is not omniscient. It is not all-knowing. And you are not supposed to be all-knowing. I am not supposed to be all-knowing. We're not working our way towards being an all-knowing representation of humanity. We will always have questions. There will always be things we haven't figured out. There will always be things we can't figure out. Okay? It changes everything when you let your experience as a human be filled with questions and even doubts and concerns. But when you sit all that on a foundation of a soulfulness that also has questions and isn't bothered that you have questions, when you sit all of your life, your livelihood, on a sense of wholeness and completeness, it helps you be a better version of you. And I want that. I want that for you. I want that for me, because I share space with you in this world. I actually want that for everybody. And it's possible. But that possibility requires some significant undoing of false belief systems that have created a whole bunch of ladders and levels and stairs and steps, because it's been pretending that the most fully evolved human is an unquestioning know-it-all that is passive and neutral about everything. I don't want to be neutral about war. I don't want to be neutral about lies and manipulation. I don't want to not care. I don't want to be indifferent about murder. I don't want to be indifferent about scams and crimes. I want to care. And my sense is that our creator of origin, our soulful layers, the most evolved layers of who and what we are, beyond space and time, also cares. And that would be a reason to incarnate, wouldn't it? That would be a reason to make a human to be here in space-time, in this realm of space-time, and in a human bodysuit, so that you can give an F. I'm going to say it, you can give a fuck. So that you can give a fuck about things that matter to creator of origin and to humans that are responsible and mature and want everyone to have a better experience than they're having. Okay? Reset, redo. Yeah, anyway, a little quickie here. I think that's it. I do a lot more with private session work that I do, and the premium membership that I talked about. There's courses that I have. There's 3 published books I think I have on Amazon. Just go on Amazon and search for Jill Renee Feeler, and there's a whole bunch to consider and try. And be aware that it is in contradiction to probably a lot of the things that you've heard of before, and probably a lot of the things that you are pretending are true. Okay, so Another quick little suggestion as we're wrapping up here. If you have been trying to force fit an ideology, thinking that you must be doing it wrong because it isn't providing the results or the improvements that you were looking for, maybe it isn't. Maybe the problem isn't that you're doing it wrong. Maybe the problem is what you are trying to apply. Maybe that it is a flawed system that has some mischaracterizations and gross misinterpretations that are just icky about who you are, what humans are, what this reality is, and what creator of origin, also known as source, also known as God, is, and how it thinks, acts, and considers us and this reality and itself. Okay? Wow. Wow. So notice how you feel right now, right? Some of you may be feeling confused. That could be a good thing. Could be good to be confused if you've been trying on some ideas that not only are not working, they're not going to start to work either. Some of you may be feeling lighter and brighter. Okay? Now remember in that connection experience, which can be called a meditation, how you gave yourself more room from other people's problems, right? If we're talking about a minor child, under 18 years of age or younger, then those individuals, you will want to bring them in closer, but they are still a separate soul than you. They are not you. They're not a mini you. They're not a cookie cutter of you. They are their own thing, okay? And for those that have minor children, the more authentically you can interact with them and consider them as a separate thing from you, the more potential for a healthy, loving relationship there is there. Okay, for those of you that some of what you pushed out are fellow adults, that as long as they're mentally well and capable of making better choices, some of you that had a whole bunch of people and energies feeling like it was squished on top of you, you are probably trying to solve a whole bunch of people's problems that are not your problems. You just want to help them out. There is only so much you can do, and I know that is not maybe the answer that you want, but if somebody is experiencing a problem, the primary person to fix that problem is that person. It's not you. So can you provide support? Can you provide advice? Yes. But some of you get all these individuals close up in your space that haven't even asked you for help. So then I don't want to say you're wasting energy, but you're definitely using a lot of energy for individuals that are not in either a mental space of asking for help, or they, for whatever reason, and that's their choice, have not asked for help from you. So you're consuming energy trying to pretend that you are there to solve their problems when you really aren't, because they haven't asked you to, or because they're not ready for the change that would be the solution that is necessary. But it hurts, right? Because some of you bring all those ideas and individuals in closer to you because you care, because you're concerned about them, because you have compassion for their unfortunate situation. And I'm not asking you to pretend you don't care. I'm asking you to be more honest with yourself about what you can actually do about their problem and their situation. Okay? I know but pretending you're fixing the problem by having them all up in your business is not the answer either, and you're compromising yourself and your own life and your own well-being with that approach. So I don't recommend that. So you may want to leave them as we push them away, to give yourself more space and more self-awareness, more self-reflection, and literally more honesty with yourself about what you can do and what you can't do. And then it's okay to be clear about what you wish they would be doing, but it's just a wish. And wishes don't always come true. Okay? All right. My website is jillreneefeeler.com. That's JILLRENEE, F as in Frank, EELER.com. Okay? I love you guys. And I wish you well-being in all matters of your life. Bye-bye.